Honor to. So, have a very special guest here with us tonight, Jenny Harrington from Brookline. Let's give her a round of applause. And in addition to a lot of things that Jennifer has accomplished in her life, the most recent big accomplishment was her successful trip to the Special Olympics World Games in Los Angeles just last month. A few of us were lucky enough, Mary Beth, myself, Doug, that might be it. Jerry, thank you, Jerry. We're lucky enough to see Jennifer in action, and it was really just an amazing experience. Personally, for myself, I can't imagine what it would have been like for you, Jenny. So we're not going to do a traditional speech type of thing, more of a Q&A that I have some questions I'm going to ask, but we'll certainly open it up to anyone else here who has any questions. And then we have the support here of some videos and whatnot that we took while we were there, and pictures and all this sort of stuff. So
is it weird to start with a round of applause for the recognition of the amazing effort that Jenny had at the World Games? If you just
yes.
Yeah. Oh,
silver. So I guess we might as well start with the World Games stuff. We had questions about her job and all this sort of stuff, but let's just jump into that. As you can see, 4 events. Gold, silver, and 5th place. So, Jenny, why don't you, I guess we'll start. Just tell us your kind of overall thoughts about the whole World Games experience.
I had the time of my life. I went down there and I just enjoyed just being with other people and gaining the experience and the training. First, we went to training camp. We went to San Diego and trained for like 3 or 4 days. That was great to prepare us for the LA Games. And our coaches were absolutely terrific. They took time to explain what you need to work on or what you're doing right, and they're just there for great support. And I just learned so much myself. Just being there and swimming with other athletes who is just as good as you are, and I just enjoyed that part of it, and just having the time to talk to other coaches, and they were great too. All the coaches are great. I mean, I can't pick one coach over the other because that wouldn't be fair. And so when we went to LA, we swam in outdoor pools, so we got practice in the pools, and the pool water was great. The officials were amazing. They were just there officiating, make sure someone has trouble or they don't understand something, they're there to talk to you, and they were great too. And just overall, they just made sure everything runs smoothly. I just enjoyed also. We got to meet some famous people. Some of us got to meet Michael Phelps personally, and I got to meet Michelle Obama, personally. Say hello, and that's about it. But she was personable. She gave hugs to everybody on the team, and said, we're proud of all of you guys.
Thanks, Brett.
So that was awesome. And then I had some personal experience with press. When I first got it, we were about to swim, I had cameras all over me, just interviewing me and all that through all my swimming events. And then after the next few days, I had Bank America take a picture. And then after that, the Los Angeles Times wanted to sit down with me and talk to me about, we had a nice conversation. That was awesome. Just the experience with the press and just talking to them and just telling them how impressed I was with everybody and family.
So I'm just going to jump in here, Jenny. So this is the Los Angeles Daily News article that
that great picture.
That was done. So we won't read it out loud here, but I'll encourage you all. You can go on to we can send out the link, but you can go onto our blog and check it out. And obviously, what a great picture. And so I'll go to one video here because I think that picture was around this time, Jenny, when you. This isn't the most high quality video, but this is
The
when.
one that you took, right? I had a lot of videos.
Yeah, there was a handful. None of the ones that are here were very high quality because they were all on my little iPhone.
We actually have to show the one with you yelling in the background.
Yeah, I'll show that one. But this was actually from your brother Jack. He texted this over, and we uploaded it. But this was you and your teammates receiving. Well, you got. What did you get the gold medal in?
Oh, the medley relay.
Okay, the medley. So what did you do? What is it?
I did freestyle, always the anchor.
Nice. Anchored the gold medal relay. So this is a quick video.
So
Here.
I was the last person to bring it to get the gold.
Awesome. So here's just. Oh, what's up with sound? Sorry.
Oh.
Hold on. That was one thing I
So
didn't.
the medley is all the different strokes. There's the back, breast, and then the butterfly and freestyle. And so you have to wait till it was a 400. It was 100 relay. So you have to wait for the other person to touch the ball, then you go and.
3.65 seconds. Special Olympics USA, Megan Shepherd. Jennifer Harrington.
She was a backstroker. Megan's a better flyer.
And so your team. How about that, huh?
Not dog.
That was awesome.
So your teammates, what? They're from all other states.
Yeah, all from the U.S.
Cool. And do you guys want to watch the quick shot? This is Jenny swimming in one of the preliminary. What's this? The
I
preliminary.
think the preliminaries before we get into the.
This is the one we saw.
And there's some guy annoying, yelling. Just ignore him.
There was.
She's in the white hat. White cap. Let's go, Jen! Let's go, Jen! Go, Jen! Let's go, Jen!
Couldn't edit that out.
What's your name, Nick?
That's it. So,
12 hours a day, Nick was doing that.
Oh my God.
No idea.
It's unbelievable. He's like a little kid in Toyland at the World Games. He's like
It was a lot of
horse
fun.
every night.
Lost the voice. It's all because of athletes like Jenny. It's so inspiring and fun. All right, so one thing I noticed, Jenny, that I wanted to ask you about is didn't realize going in was the level of endurance that it takes to make it through that whole week and whole 2 weeks. You had 4 competitions,
Yep.
which means you swam competitively 8 times, right? Because you have the preliminary round and then you have the finals. So you had to swim competitively 8 times over 4 or 5, 6 days, whatever it was. So how did you kind of keep yourself at peak performance? How did you do that?
Well, you had to like eat well, sleep well, and just play. You know, you get your sleep and you get good meals. If you're tired, you just you try to tell the coaches that you're tired. When you're tired, you just don't do a whole lot. But there were some days when I wouldn't. I was tired, but if I didn't have to swim the next day, you get to sleep in. So that was good, and you get to watch other people swim too. So yeah, you do have your tired days, but there's a lot of energy that you're like, wow, I actually did it, and you just get that energy going and going and going, and it was good energy.
Great. And so one other thing I know, and then we'll just open it up, I think, for questions, is this is according to your brother. So you had the gold, the silver, and then you had 5th. And really, according to your brother, one of the main reasons for the 5th place, as opposed to even a higher one, was it was this back-to-back races thing. Like you swam
200.
The 200 preliminary, like an hour or two before the 400 final. So you were just gassed. Is that true?
Yeah, I was tired. I mean, those races, you need that time to rest and have the best for the next, but in these things you have to do it, you know, you have to go with the flow, and you have to do your race, you know.
And what did you tell me in the car about the girl who won the 400? You were
I was pleased for her because you don't know what they ever won anything or not, but there was a girl that won it, and I was pleased for her because, you know, I don't know what she has done in Special Olympics, but, you know, you kind of tell people congratulations, you know, when they do a good job in their swimming, you know, even though you feel bad about yourself, but you just have good sportsmanship and say, hey, you know, I'm glad you did so well, and congratulations.
All right, so does anybody else, anybody have any questions?
Sorry.
Tell us about walking into LA Coliseum for opening ceremonies.
Oh, that was awesome. Just knowing that the stands were full, and you know that you're there because you did so well, and just seeing all the countries, you know, all the countries were there, and that was exciting too. And just having the lifetime of your experience, all the music, you know, they had music, they had different speeches, and it was awesome.
Do you believe how many people were in that stadium?
Oh, oh God, there's so many people. I was just like, it couldn't move. It was just like a grand station. It was awesome, but it's just like a great feeling. And to go in there and just knowing that you're here and you made it that far in your career.
Sorry, I just got lost here for a second, but you mentioned how Bank of America took this picture of you. So we weren't just having fun out there. We were accomplishing strategic goals for Special Olympics Massachusetts.
Oh, I'm loving that. That's great.
Nice
targeted words.
Right. So Bank of America was a big partner of ours here, and we're trying to make them a bigger partner. They contract with, and so they're a huge sponsor nationally and internationally of Special Olympics, and again here locally. Anyway, so they work with Hill Holliday, the local PR company, to do all of their social media and whatnot. And they were relying heavily on us because they knew we were on the ground to help them produce content. So it was really good that we were able to be there to help facilitate these things, to help our relationship with Bank of America here locally, hopefully help our relationship with Hill Holliday here locally. But they got this awesome picture of Jenny, and they Facebooked it on the Bank of America page, which, as you see, is followed by 2 million and some odd people. And
that's the likes it got.
Oh.
2 million.
Well, no, I think that's how many people like Bank of
like
America.
that.
It got 258.
See, I'm new to social media. That's why Nick does it.
It's all good. It's all good. It
Whenever I
got,
tweet, I send it to Nick.
yeah, it got 258 likes, all this stuff, and then they tweeted it out as well. But you know, both Bank of America and Hill Holliday did kind of let us know that, you know, they were very appreciative of our efforts and of more so the great efforts of the Massachusetts athletes like Jenny. So.
Yes. We had 2 other great athletes too that went with us that from at the swimming part too. And they did awesome too, and just we cheer each other on. If you know, they did some events near the end, and I decided to stay for the events. They had something else going on. I said, no, I'm gonna stay and watch them. They're my team, and I wanted to support them. So it was just support each other. You're there to support each other. It's a lifetime experience, and how often do you get that? Not too often. So I loved it.
Jenny, you were telling me that this was different than the nationals. How was it? How did it feel different
Well,
for you?
you got more, I don't know, you're swimming against people in other countries, and you see how they do and how you do, but we're all kind of the same. You're swimming against the best people in the world, and you get to meet more people. Just the U.S., you meet other countries too, and it's kind of nice to be able to do that.
Right.
It's a great opportunity. And we all came to be one big group and one family. We came to compete and also to enjoy each other's friendship. And that's, you don't get that too often in a special event like that.
Jenny, where was your coaches from? Where were your coaches from?
Well, my coach was from Ohio. One was from South Carolina. They were Nebraska. They came from all around the U.S. And so they all had they were all assigned to different athletes. And so I was assigned to someone in Ohio, and, we had contacts with them by phone. And we did train with them. We went to Indiana for training camp, and we got to train with them. And then we did a lot of training on our own, and then the next time we saw them was when we were leaving for the World Games. So.
Jenny, you're very inspiring. Is there anybody that you met or that you competed against that inspired you?
Well, I get inspired by everybody because we're all there to swim against ourselves and to swim against other people. You're just there because you want to be there and you want to see how other people do too. And I think we inspire everybody together, just being together and pushing each other too, and say, hey, you can do it. That's kind of where it is. You need to have that attitude saying, hey, you can do it. If someone's feeling low about themselves that day, you say, hey, you can do it. It could happen to you too. So you're there to be there and support each other.
Boy, how nice would it be if other athletes had that same how different would all the sports that we watch be? That's awesome. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Sportsmanship goes a long way with those kinds of games. I mean, even though some days you don't do well, but when I got fifth place, okay, for example, I was feeling low, but when someone did really well on your team or some other team, you say, hey, you did an awesome job, I'm so proud of you, because you just don't want to feel really bad about yourself all the time. You're focusing on other people, other athletes. So, we all have our bad days, but then we have our good days. But when someone on your team does extremely well, got a goal, you just say, hey, that's awesome. I'm so proud of you. Or even the other team, if they did well and they beat our team, I still did the same thing. I said, you did a great job. Oh, that's awesome that you got gold. So that was good.
Well, thank you. I have to say that I needed to hear this tonight. My son swims on a much more junior level, but
Yeah.
I have lost some of that good sportsmanship, so I
really say, you're supporting each other, and you need to say, hey, you can do it. Even though they sometimes struggle, you just say, hey, you can do it. If you put your mind to it, you can do it. Just it's hard at first, but once you do it, you can do it.
A lot of companies would benefit from that same thinking as well, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Well, it's funny you say that. I might turn the page a tiny bit because on the way over here, I picked up Jenny from work. She works over at 53 State Street.
Yeah.
You've been there for 11 years?
Yeah, I've been at that site about 11 years.
But she said, I don't know if I can be pushing a mail cart my whole life. That was the quote, right?
Yeah.
So, a lot of people in here employ people. So Jenny seems like a very employable young lady.
Yeah.
So keep that in your mind as you go about your respective days.
Where do you currently work, Jen?
I work at Goodwin Proctor. I work at Goodwin Proctor, but I am an outside vendor for Goodwin Proctor in Ramsley. And we're the outside vendor, and I've been pushing a mail cart, and I've done that for a while, and I'm kind of to a point where I want to move on and learn different things, because I've tried to learn things of that on a job, and I get the sense that you're only good on a mail cart. I was trying to learn other things, but they're not letting me, and so I just I didn't want to argue with them, but I'm just doing it because that's what I'm good at, but I like to learn other things.
Good for you. That's awesome. What do you want to do for it?
Well, I'm trying to figure that out myself. I don't know where this is going about public speaking or, talking about, talking to people like the board, like you guys, about my experiences as an athlete, as Special Olympics, but I don't know. I'm thinking of different things. I'm just trying to figure out where, try different things out. And hoping to volunteer in the fall, to help Matt or whoever else set up tables for winter sports, No, I'm just saying, sometimes they can always use volunteers.
There's always a spot for you.
Okay, well, I'm trying,
Whatever you wanna do, we'll
I
find
just try to, help volunteer doing that, and sometimes speak in public, like this kind of a thing, once in a while, just so you know. So I don't know, it's up in the air right now.
Great. So, any more questions or?
Well, Jen, if you ever want to chat about your career, I'm happy to sit with you.
Okay, that'd be cool.
John Bogosian, he's a career expert sort of person, runs a staffing firm. So
Okay, that's good.
Great guy to talk
That's exciting.
It's a good place to start.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if that was the look, though. That'll work too.
Yeah, those are the balls. Oh my God.
Oh wait, you don't have one of these, right?
I don't need one.
Oh come on!
No.
So
We wanted to gift you one.
Yeah, we want to give you one as a token of appreciation for everything you've done and for coming here this evening and sharing your story with us. We're gonna pass it around so everyone can sign it. Do the thing we always do. I do have a Sharpie, so let me
Oh,
pull it out in a
sign it.
second.
Oh, yes.
But just we're very inspired by you. Thanks so much for everything
You're
you do.
welcome.
Great job.
Sorry, we should have asked, does anybody on the phone have a question for Jen? Silence is golden, they're all gone. Okay. We're gonna pretend
We
you're
started
still
with a
there.
quorum.
You there? Hello?
You there?
They're there.
And one other quick thing. At our last meeting, we gave these Play Unified balls to everyone who was affiliated with the marathon, and we had one for you, Rob. You weren't there, so this is yours. So we will pass it around to sign it as well.
Thank
But
you.
thanks for obviously for all you've
Yeah,
done over the years with the marathon.
Okay, Jen,
Certainly
you can
helped
come
the
back
bottom
to
line
eat.
this year, so thank you.
No one else had any other?